put on, put up, put down. Hello everyone, my name is Ehab and welcome to English in 10, where we talk about English, we practice English, and hopefully in 10 minutes we learn something about English. The topic for today is going to be phrasal verbs. Phrasal verbs can be very confusing, first of all because there's so many in the English language, and because by changing the preposition, it's going to totally change the meaning of the verb. So, what is a phrasal verb? Basically, a phrasal verb is just a regular verb, but with a preposition. So, for example, to put is just a regular verb. To put just means to move or to place something. So, for example, I will put the cup on the table. He put the folder on the desk. It just means to place something on the desk or to place something on the table. Now notice this preposition here. If I change the preposition and now I don't say put on, I say put up with, or put on, which could be another definition as well, put down, put off. These are going to change. The meaning is going to change, and that's what we're going to talk about today. All right, let's get to some examples. Okay, so the first phrasal verb that we're going to talk about today is going to be put up with. Put up with means to tolerate something. Tolerate something means you accept it, not because you like it, but because you have no choice. It's the only option that you have. For example, if you drive in LA, which is my city, Los Angeles, you have to put up with traffic. So what does that mean? It means that if you are going to drive in this city, there's traffic everywhere. You have no choice. So eventually when you start driving, whether it's on the road or on the freeway, you're going to get stuck in traffic from time to time. So that's why we say you have to put up with. Again, you don't want to do it, but no choice. Now, sometimes we can use it in the opposite. For example, if I said Lisa moved from Miami because she couldn't put up with the hot, humid weather. I'm not sure if you guys are familiar with this city, but this is a city which is in the state of Florida in America, and their weather is always very hot. Okay, not only very hot, but very humid. And it gets really bad in the summer. So if I say Lisa moved from Miami to another city because she couldn't put up with the hot, humid weather, that means she couldn't do it. She could not tolerate it. So we can use it in the opposite. When I lived in Alaska, Alaska is a state in America, but it is one of the coldest states in America. When I lived in Alaska, I had to put up with very cold winters. Again, when you say this, it doesn't mean that you like it, but you have no choice. Okay, let's get to the next phrasal verb. Okay, so the next two phrasal verbs that we are going to talk about are going to be put on and put down. Totally different. Put on, very simply, just means to wear clothing or shoes. That's all. That's the only reason we use it for. Put on a jacket, it's cold. So if I tell a friend it's going to be really cold outside, put on a jacket. I need to put on my shoes. Usually I say this before I go outside if I'm going to go walking or if I'm just going to go out. All right? So the other definition for put on means to place somewhere. This is going to be the second reason why we use it, is specifically for clothing and shoes. Okay? Now, put down is totally different. Put down means to insult. When you insult somebody, you say something about them which upsets them and makes them angry. So it's not a good thing to put someone down. For example, Tom puts down his friend by calling him lazy. Usually lazy is not something good to call somebody because you are saying that that person doesn't work hard and they're not doing too much with their life. So that's a put down. Students shouldn't put other students down in class. If you guys notice, sometimes we separate the phrasal verb and we put a noun in between. You can do that. Sometimes we can do that and sometimes we can't. But again, that's going to be a lesson for another video which I'm going to talk about. But usually this is the rule that I have in my class. Students shouldn't put other students down in class. You shouldn't say anything insulting to another person or disrespectful because it creates an environment which is not good and people are going to be upset with one another. So these are the next two. Okay? All right, let's go ahead and get to the last one. Okay, so this is going to be the last phrasal verb that we're going to be talking about today, and it is to put off. To put off means to delay. Delay basically means that you have to do something at a later time for one reason or another. All right, so another verb for to put off is to postpone. They all basically mean the same things. All right, so if we take a look at number one, I'm busy with work. I have to put off taking a break. That means that right now I have too much work that I'm doing. So I can't take a break now. I have to take a break later. It will rain next week. I need to put off my camping trip. Usually when I go camping, I don't want to go camping when it's raining. I want to go camping when the weather is nice. But if I know, for example, if I'm supposed to go camping next week and I find out that the weather is going to be rainy, it's going to be cold, then I'm going to go camping at a later time. So again, we can use the phrasal verb in this example. We need to put off the meeting because the manager is sick. Usually when we have a meeting, we want all the workers to be there. We want managers to be there. We want everybody to attend. But if one of the key people is sick or cannot make it, sometimes we need to put it off. Put it off means, again, do it at a later time. All right, let's go ahead and get to the conclusion and see what we've learned. All right, everyone, we finally got to the conclusion and let's see what we've learned. These are the 4 phrasal verbs that we focused on for today. And again, when I do these lessons later in the future, I'm going to try to keep it minimum to about maximum to about 4 because I know these are confusing, and the more examples that we see for each one, the better understanding that we are going to have. So again, put on, put up with, put down, and put off. I have 4 sentences here. I'm going to go one by one. You let me know. Actually, you just try to figure it out. Which one completes these sentences? So let's check it out. All right, number 1. Tom and John don't talk to each other anymore. John thought Tom blank him blank when he said John wasn't smart. So, I think Tom and John, they used to be friends, but now they don't talk to each other anymore. John thought Tom put him down when he said John wasn't smart. Remember, when you put someone down, you are insulting them. You are saying something which is not nice. And usually when that happens, people get angry with one another. So for this one, it should be put him down. My neighbors are very loud. I have to blank their loud noise all night. So usually when somebody is loud, you don't like it. But they're my neighbors. They live next to me. I can't do anything about it. So I have to put up with their loud noise all night. Remember, when we put up with something, we have no choice. We have to do it because there's no other option. Number 3, I'm going to the beach soon. I need to blank my swimming suit. Remember, anytime we put on clothing or shoes, put on. And then the last one, I can't find an apartment now. I have to blank moving until I can find one. The last one should be put off. Remember, put off means we have to do something later. So if somebody is looking for a new place, a new apartment, but they can't find one, then they're gonna have to do moving some other time. And that's when we say put off. It basically means to delay or to postpone. That's it for today, everyone. I hope you guys learned something. Until the next video, keep speaking English. I will see you guys soon. Bye-bye.